Pleasant good afternoon, everyone, from the Harrisburg State Farm Show Complex in the Equine Arena. It's Harrisburg Heat Pro Indoor Soccer on MASL TV. Today it's the Harrisburg Heat at 3-14-1, taking on Utica City at 9-7-1. Seeing a little bit of a haze from the fog machine passing through our screen right now. Last night, the Harrisburg Heat victorious over Baltimore. And the Heat, with back-to-back games, Utica City was here resting and waiting for this Harrisburg Heat team today. It's a little banged up coming into this contest, but the Heat able to end a 9-game losing streak last night and work their way into 11th place in the MASL. Utica City currently holding the number 7 spot. With a win or a loss, they'll remain in that spot today. Pat Healy, the head coach for the Harrisburg Heat, will be serving as a player today. So Pat Healy is dressed in the number 9 uniform. A longtime player for the Baltimore Blast as a defender and defender of the year at one point. Some championships. We'll see him out there from time to time. Jeremy Ortiz will serve as the interim head coach on the bench. Utica City coming in with some guns. They can certainly score. We know that much out of them. They have won all 5 meetings against the Harrisburg Heat this season. We're proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer here on MASL TV, and Miter is the official game ball supplier for the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, Miter is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at Miter, MITRE.com. For the Harrisburg Heat, starting Hugo in net, 3-13-1 with a 7.19 goals against average. Andrew Coughlin. He had been missing for a few games for this Utica City team. He is in net as that ball gets shot wide. Coughlin has had the Heat's number in recent years. He's 7-6-1 coming into this one. 5.65 goals against average. Ball played all the way back to Hugo. They'll get it out to Dominic Francis. Near side, Jeremy Raley, who the Heat just recently acquired. The former Baltimore player was in St. Louis, and the Heat sent Riley Urey out there to them. Raley with a shot, saved twice, swatted to the side by Coughlin. Giveaway, out front, and the ball poked away before Ozzie could pull the trigger on it. Heat knocked one off the boards again, and now Coughlin able to grab on, but a good little flurry there by the Heat to put some pressure on. One game right now going on in the MASL in the 4th. St. Louis leading Milwaukee 9-3. Down along the near side. Ball played down to the corner. Shalier along the boards as it knocked away by Perry. Still able to get the shot off on Hugo. And Perry will clear it out. Perry had a nice game last night defensively for the Harrisburg Heat. Tavares sends it over to the far side. Woods was over there, and Ronaldinho. Ball cleared. Poked out to the far boards. Back the other way again, Utica City down that right side. Ronaldinho. And Hugo falls on it. Harrisburg Heat in the orange for this game. Last night they were playing in the St. Patrick's green and black. They had a special auction of the jerseys afterwards for upcoming St. Patrick's Day. Here's Nelson Santana with it. He played for the Heat a few seasons ago. Longtime player in indoor soccer as the ball sent down on Hugo. What is Santana now? 40, 46, 47? My goodness. The beast. Orozco. Long pass all the way down. Pinal sends it back out of midfield. De Andrade with a shot. That's cleared back out. Silva on it. Plays it near side. Oliva. Ball dumped down toward the corner. Hugo again. Mike De Silva sending it over to the far side. Ball dumped down. Here's Anthony Wright. He had 2 goals last night for the Harrisburg Heat. Utica City on it again. Loose ball out near the top of the box and a giveaway and shot just wide. Utica City, another one shot wide. Utica City, a little possession here. Shalier has his pocket poked away, and Stevens comes up with it at midfield. Santana on it again. He'll play it down to the right. Shalier into the corner, knocks it off the boards, and had a man wide open going down the slot, but poked up and too high and out of play for Keaton Woods. Well, Ort Signs is the official sign sponsor of the Heat, thanks to Rod Ort, our good buddy. Watch this, ball sent right off the boards and perfectly centered, but Woods unable to finish that one off. Ball sent down on Coughlin, he'll grab one. Woods on it, sending it back to the corner. Panton trying to get it at midfield, has it stripped away by Ronaldinho. The foul whistled against the Heat. They'll restart on the far side. For 32 years, Fremont has been an industry leader in service and education, offering both residential and commercial financing. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Choose wisely. Call Fremont. Fremont's growing. If you're a branch, team, or individual looking for a better opportunity, you can email them at info@fremont.com, NMLS 1846. The ball played back. Coughlin has it. And that one gets headed out of play. Almost right towards us here. A few rows below us. It'll be a restart coming up. Oliva. Back at his own yellow. Sends it all the way down into the corner. Genrick cleared out. Ronaldinho on the near side. Tavares working against Dominic Francis. Tavares sending it back again to Coughlin. Santana plays it over to his left. Kerstetter breaking up the pass all the way down the corner Hugo helps out. And it's sent back out again at midfield. Tavares. Santana. He'll turn and play it back. Coughlin brings it all the way across midfield. Here's a steal at midfield. Kerstetter coming up with it. Utica quick to help out, but Kerstetter still comes away with it. Gets past Coughlin, and he shoots and scores! Brad Kerstetter, the Halifax native, makes it a 1-0 game in favor of the Harrisburg Heat. A lot of work on that one. Kerstetter pretty much 1 against 2 there, and then able to get it past the keeper, Coughlin. Time of the goal, 7 minutes and 30 seconds of the first. And we've got timeouts. Brad Kerstetter with the goal for the Harrisburg Heat. And that will be his second of the season. It's 1-0 Heat. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
Register your son or daughter for a Heat clinic run by Heat players pregame, and it includes a game ticket. To find out how, go to harrisburgheat.com. Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
Well, the Harrisburg Heat have a 1-0 lead on Utica City here in the first. Kerstetter, great job at attacking up front. Able to maintain some possession and put it in for the Heat for the early lead. Utica City playing it down into the corner. Far side, though, working around. Here's a steal by Panton. He got held on to, and now they'll just call the foul. Panton was breaking out. Stevens kind of grabbed him. Here's Pat Healy, the head coach for the Heat. He's playing defense tonight. Give and go action. Healy sends one off the boards, but no one home in front. Goes back out of midfield, and Harris, Healy, a header. Ozzie Anang trying to send it over to the right side to Panton, but it got blocked. Jeremy Ortiz will be handling things on the bench for the Heat. Ball played. Harris loses it. Shot, good save by Hugo with the feet. And the Heat able to clear it back out far side. Good pressure, dumping it down to Ozzie Anang. Ball sent around the boards, and Coughlin will pick it up. That's Maldini Goncalves for the Heat tonight. That one close to the mark. So the restart for Utica City. That one goes out of play. MASLsoccer.com, your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. MASLsoccer.com. Heat keeping that pressure on up front. Ball knocks out of play. Off of Favilla. Santana will restart things. Santana playing it back. They'll get it to Coughlin. He'll chip it up the middle. Little pressure, and Utica sends it back in. Roscoe, Tavares, now Coughlin up the far boards. That was the difference last night on that game with Baltimore. The Heat just kept that pressure on for most of the game. I don't want to say it was smothering pressure, but it just was man-to-man, good pressure. And that just kept Baltimore on their heels. Avila, his shot got saved. Comes out now to Francis. Almost a complete game by the Heat last night. There was one point it got to 5-3, and you had to worry. Handball there on Anang. Grazed him a little bit. But as soon as it got 5-3, the Heat quickly responded back. And that was the thing, they responded. They didn't go into a shell, didn't hide their head in the hole, and just kept battling away and quickly got another goal back up on the board. Heat thought there should have been a foul there. Didn't get it. Here comes Utica City. Ball sent down in front. Up and out it goes by Silva. Hugo was just complaining about that as well. Restart coming up for the Heat. Have a chance, go back and see Adriano Dos Santos's bicycle kick goal last night. Here's Tavernisi trying to get it down the boards to Healy. Kicked out of play by Utica City. It'll be a restart for the Heat coming up at the top of the arc. Healy mentioned yesterday that he saw the Heat just getting too many injuries, and he got himself back into shape in practice with these guys, and he's playing in this one. So the restart coming up. Got a three-man wall here near the top. Mike Da Silva and Malcolm Harris will put Francis over to the right. And Francis will pull the trigger, bullseye! Oh man, almost ripped a hole through the net. It's 2-0 Heat. Time of the goal, 11:09. Francis. What a blast, top shelf. Woo. Upper left, Coughlin, nothing he could do on that one. Here's a better view on the backside, watch this. Ooh. So fast. 17th goal of the season for Dominic Francis. It's 2-0 Heat. Ball sent down to the corner, kicked high back out of midfield. Santana. Down along the near boards. Ronaldinho sends it around the boards to the far side. Woods will track it down and send it back out to Santana. He'll cross it over on the near side. Ronaldinho again moves to the right. His shot blocked out by Jeremy Raley. There'll be a kick in coming up for Utica City. Two nothing in favor of the Heat with 3:10 to go in the first. Ball out of midfield. Stevens on it. They'll leave it for Oliva. Getting pressure from behind. And this is something the Heat were doing last night. Keeping that pressure on up front. Not allowing a lot of setups. A lot of push forwards and movement. Just keep that pressure on. And break up the passes and move it back the other way. In steps Shea Lear to the left side. So Santos trying to get to it. He got tripped up, bodies falling. Ball sent to the top of the arc, over onto the right side. And it's Rashawn Panton able to step in quickly, move it down the near side. Played it just a little bit too far ahead. Orozco did a nice job at stepping in front of it. Quickly the other way, Oliva. Playing it back in midfield. Orozco. Long pass to the middle. Villa able to knock it back out, but brought back in by Tavares. Puts it up and out of play. Green drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop's recovery products are uniquely suited to help our athletes battle aching joints and muscles. Learn more. Try yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com. Here comes the Heat. Ozzie and Nope, that wasn't Ozzie. That was Calvis, newest member there. The M2 division team for Utica City was playing, I think, yesterday down in Salisbury. Down there in Maryland. They'll work to the far side. Utica City did a nice job talking to Tommy Tanner, the general manager, with the All-Star game back in the middle of February. You know, over the years, many teams don't like hosting those All-Star games because you lose money on them. It's a lot of work for the office staff. It just doesn't work out, but they did a nice job. They got the sponsorships for it. They got some good ticket sales on it, kept their costs down, and put on a fantastic show up there in Utica City. So congratulations on that job during the All-Star game. Here's Harris sending it down to the near side. Harrisburg has never hosted an All-Star game. Down the right side, Silva on it. We talked about it a few times back in the 90s, but everyone in the office realized there's just too much work when you're trying to focus on your own team and everything that's going on with your organization. Now you got to focus on a whole nother single game that requires a lot of time and effort. Many times it's just too troublesome. Here's some pressure by Harris trying to get to it. Coughlin able to poke it out. Francis from out front puts it up and out of play. 38 seconds to go in the first. See some of the Heat guys who aren't dressed for this game off to the side there by the Heat bench. Either banged up or scratched. Coughlin sending it off the boards. On the side, De Andrade. Dos Santos went down. He's complaining, but not going to get a foul called. Ball kept alive on the far side. Amati blocked high in the air, out by the yellow. 10 seconds to go here. Along the boards again. De Andrade, save by Hugo. One more attempt. That one's blocked. And we have played one. Good first quarter for the Harrisburg Heat. We'll step out. After one, it's Harrisburg 2, Utica City nothing. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
Register your son or daughter for a Heat clinic run by Heat players pregame, and it includes a game ticket. To find out how, go to harrisburgheat.com. Fremont Mortgage Group, with a 5-star rating and over 30 years of helping home buyers and homeowners. Fremont is recognized as one of the top lenders. Refinance, home purchase, commercial loans, SBA loans, and zero money down programs offered. Complimentary home warranty on qualifying purchases, too. For more information, contact them at fremontmortgage.com or 800-955-8508. And available 7 days a week. NMLS number 1846.
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls, indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
John Wills back with you back in Harrisburg. Scorch posing with the little ones here in the crowd. We're scaring the crap out of them, one of the two. Scorch became the Harrisburg Heat mascot back in, the late 90s. Took over after the original mascot for the Harrisburg Heat in 1991. That was Harry Heater. He was just kind of a short, dumpy little mascot, but was well loved. And then Scorch came along there in the middle 90s and took over the duties. See Harry Heater from time to time back in the late 90s and early 2000s, but don't know where he ever disappeared to after that. The Harrisburg Heat lead at 2-0. Shots in the first. Utica City 7. The Harrisburg Heat 5. But the Heat, again, we talked about this last night. Not the quantity of shots, but the quality of shots. And the Heat have a 2-0 lead. Frank's Marble and Granite, longtime Heat supporter, over 30 years helping people improve their homes with granite, quartz, and marble. No other company can match your service quality or reputation. Everything is done here in Pennsylvania, too. It's Frank's Marble and Granite, the best in the biz. Looking for a tattoo or thinking of a tattoo? Well, True Self Tattoo, now a sponsor of the Heat. Go where Heat players go. Visit True Self Tattoo for pro service. Utica City's going from our right to left here to start the second quarter, and immediately taking one out of play. Updated score in the MASL. St. Louis leading Milwaukee 13-6. They're in the fourth. And they're early in Kansas City with the San Diego Sockers leading the Comets 2-0. Along the near side, Utica City playing it back for Coughlin up the far boards. They'll race it down that right side, a long pass down. On to the left for Hamada. He'll go off as they change up. Santana takes over. This Utica City team had a big loss when it lost Kelvin Oliveira. He had 29 games before, or rather 29 goals before being injured, and he was planning to head back down to Brazil anyhow, but what a season he was having in Utica City before departing from this team. Here's Silva. Woods. Along the near side, Silva. Nope, make that Ronaldinho. Woods along the near side. He'll race in left side with Wright. Saved by Hugo. Hugo tosses it up the field. Gets it all the way up to Ozzie, and now Kerstetter. Make that Francis. Francis over to Dos Santos. Francis again. Chipping it down. Adriano Dos Santos. And that monster bicycle kick last night. Large man, not afraid to get that body up and boot it, hit underneath the crossbar. Landed just behind the white goal line and came out. They had to do a video review on it. I asked him if he thought it went in, and he said, I didn't know. He said, I just got back up and started going back. Because at that point, when he got up, he saw that the ball was already outside, and they were already trying to play it again before they stopped things. No one knew if it had gone in or not. One of the top 8 teams make the playoffs. They'll head to Front Wave Arena, Oceanside, California, for the playoffs. The finals will be a home and home for the final 2. Stevens with it in midfield. Playing it all the way down. Shalier. And Hugo sends it back out. Here comes De Andrade. Over onto the far side. Tavares, leave it for Santana. Tavares again, Santana. Ball sent down into the corner. Harry down there, guarding on Shalier. Milton De Andrade sending it in, and Hugo's going to grab on. Harris will send it back to Hugo. Up the middle. Healy will tap it. Kerstetter will clear it down. De Silva plays it to the right side. Shot just wide of that right post there by Goncalves. Tripping in midfield on the Heat. It'll be a free kick for Utica City. Kerstetter had the first goal of this game for the Harrisburg Heat. If you go to MASLsoccer.com, nice little feature there. Michael Lewis did on the local product. Brad Kerstetter has been here in Harrisburg since 2012. You can check that out and read it. Left side. Orozco sending it back in midfield. Oliva getting a little pressure now. Taps it to the near side. Genrick. They'll get it back again. Genrick trying to move in. And back in center circle. Silva on it. And you look at some of those games the Heat lost this season, just 1-point games as the ball goes out. 1-point games or just giving away games at the very end like the St. Louis game. And this Heat team could be in or close to that top 8 right now. But just one play, one goal, one man just off the mark this season. So close. Santana Brings it outside the yellow. All worked across midfield. A little run here on the left side. Got deflected on the shot by Stevens and sent back out. Santana sends it the other way. Onto the right side. Another save by Hugo, this time on Amati. Santana again with it. All worked down the far side. Amati. Penal. Sent out front. Nobody home for Utica City, so Wright will intercept. Play it down the far side for Ozzie, but a little bit too far ahead. Utica City getting a little dangerous back in its own end. Anthony Wright made Baltimore pay for it a couple times last night. Healy sending it up for Wright. Went left and tried cutting right, but slipped down. Tavernisi onto the near side for Hugo. Hugo's kick is blocked. Look out, we've got an open net, and this one will be scored from midfield. Amati able to finish it off as Hugo did not get rid of that ball in time. And a giveaway and a goal from midfield. We'll get a yellow card pulled in the meantime. Right there, nice hustle coming over by Amati, and Hugo just, he tried to clear it or shoot it or pass it too late. And Amati makes that block, gets it back, and finishes it off. Time of the goal, 6 minutes, 31 seconds. Mirshad Amati. Adriano Dos Santos in the penalty box, a little upset right now. He picked up a yellow. It's 2-1 Harrisburg Heat. Ball sent down on Coughlin, he'll grab on. Amati's 5th goal of the season. A mistake, a rare mistake by Hugo. Loose ball in midfield. Look out, Utica City coming up with it again, but the Heat get back and kick it out of play. Knocked out by Goncalves, and Maldini Goncalves will allow this one to get restarted at the top of the arc for Utica City. First game for Maldini for the Harrisburg Heat. Restart coming up here for Utica City. Keaton Woods looks to restart, taps it to the right. And now we get a tripping foul against the Heat. Little spin move off that restart. So the teams are still at equal strength despite that yellow card for dissent. Here's a shot and a save by Hugo. Ball goes over into the corner. Rarely trying to get it out. Gets it out by the yellow at least. Utica City trying to reset. Amati's kick goes out of play, so we'll step out. 7:49 to go in the second. It's Harrisburg 2, Utica City 1. Back with more. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
Indoor soccer fans, It's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Well, don't forget about our Papa John's promotion, the Heat Score 4 promotion. That got activated last night when the Heat scored more than 4. Thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central PA. Whenever the Heat score 4 more goals in any game, home or away, just use the code HEAT4 the next day on papajohns.com or the Papa John's app. Save 40% off your pizza order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online order at papajohns.com and the Papa John's app. Teams are at equal strength, although Adriano Dos Santos, 5 minutes for descent in the penalty box. Along the near side, Mike Da Silva battling hard. Still loose. Now Harris comes up with it for the Heat. A lot of body contact going on out there right now. Utica City comes back up with it. Down the right side, shot just wide. Follow-up still loose in front, and a nice job by Da Silva to clear it out in front. As Pinal had an opportunity. Now here's Oliva. (2-1) in favor of the Heat. Coughlin setting it up the near side. The veteran keeper gets it up to De Andrade and Hugo. Down, but that one's out. Look at the restart coming up. Out of town scoreboard. Give that another look as the Heat restart things. Here comes Panton. His shot saved by Coughlin. Avila comes up with the near side. Still 2-0 San Diego leading Kansas City, and St. Louis still leading Milwaukee 13-6. Healy sending it down, but it goes right to the keeper. And Andrew will send it back out near side. On the near boards, Hamada, double team, still getting through traffic. Panton intercepts. Healy will clear it out to the far side. Jeremy Raley up for Favilla, playing near side. The Heat trying to move it in right side. The shot got deflected off the shot by Maldini. Still loose down the corner. He'll send it across again. Goes the opposite side. Utica City trying to get it out. Bodies falling down as Shea Lear is on it there. And now Coughlin able to pick it up. .5:20 to go here in the second. Coming up at halftime, we'll run down all the latest news and highlights from around the MASL on MASL TV. Loose ball midfield. Heat trying to break out, and they do. Maldini down that right side. His shot blocked. Nice to see the newcomer out there trying to make things happen. Maldini and Calvis. Restart coming up for the Heat. Pat Healy's back out there, number 9 in this game. We've seen him the last few years put the jersey back on a play. And shot wide. Ball comes out to the Heat, sent back into the corner. Harris trying to recollect there. And Utica City able to get it back out on the far side with Shea Lear. Far boards Woods. They'll push it up for Shea Lear again. And the Heat will be called for the holding foul. So a free kick coming up for Utica City. Got a bunch of youth tournaments here on the carpet yesterday and today. Congratulations to all those kids who participated. Loose ball down in front. Hugo able to grab on. Heat with it. Noe Favilla will bring it out at midfield. Up for Ozzie and Ang and back to Kirsten. Near side Francis. Kerstetter sending it up the middle, gets past Santana. Ozzie and Ang almost able to get that turn and strike. Just off the mark a little bit as he had Silva on his back. Back over to Santana, Oakland, California. Played for the Blast for many years, and here in Harrisburg as well. We've got a 3-line violation. Fans enjoyed that one from Hugo. Even though the ball had been whistled dead, he just kind of heel kicked it out of the net. Restart for the Heat, center point of the yellow line coming up. They've got Mike Da Silva out front. He'll put Francis to the right. He'll step out of the way. Francis will get it over to Tavernese. To Harris, his shot blocked. You need some precision, timing, and a slow defender to make some of those restarts work. And right there, Utica City did a nice job at dumping down into the corner and blocking that on Harris. Goes out of play. It'll be another kick in for the Heat. Adriano Dos Santos is set to come out of the penalty box after serving his 5-minute yellow. Restart coming up for the Harrisburg Heat. Dos Santos will go to the bench. And the Heat will restart just inside the yellow on the far side. Harris, Tavernese, and Da Silva on the back side. A little body contact going on inside the box with Harris. And one of the other Utica City players, couldn't see which one that was, as Francis will play it toward the middle. It's knocked around and Coughlin's able to grab on. Clear it out of midfield. Utica City with it. Healy comes up with it. Trying to possess, able to poke it up the middle. Still loose on the left side. Orozco lining it up on the right. Shot just wide. Covered and sent back over by Silva, who had that shot. Utica City doing it again with 2:48 to go in the second. Heat leading 2-1. Oliva playing it onto the near side. Stevens along the boards. Orozco set down the far boards. Jenrick fouled. Free kick coming up for Utica. Restart over at the right point. Utica City will change up a couple bodies. Amati, who has their lone goal, checks in. Ball comes all the way out of midfield. Now to play, it'll be a kick in for the Heat. Well, fans, don't forget to catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Alex Bastavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend games and discuss the league's hot topics. Coughlin with it now. Little give and go action is intercepted by Noe Favilla. Ozzie and Ang's got some bodies, but took his time on the far side. He had Panton and Favilla moving down that right side. And his shot or pass gets deflected back out. Utica City has it and has some room to run down that far side. A little clutch and grab there by Panton on Penal, but they didn't call the foul. He thought there should have been a hold and didn't get it. Utica City still has it. They'll dump it down again. It's Penal. Center point. Like, he's a big guy, but he's got some decent speed. Still loose out there. De Andrade settles it to the near side. Amati. And out at center circle it goes to Oliva. Ball dumped down to the near side. Hugo comes over, chips it high, and we'll get a super structure as it hits part of the HVAC unit above. It'll be a restart coming up center point of the yellow line for Utica City. 1:16 to go in the second. A shot just wide left. Healy comes up with it. And all on his back, clear it back out of midfield. From midfield, goal! What a rip! Nilton De Andrade from outside the yellow ties this game. What a strike for De Andrade. Time of the goal, 13:56. Look at that, about 8 feet out. And what a rip, upper left corner. For Nilton, that's his 17th of the season to tie this game. It was all heat in the first quarter. It's been all Utica City here in the second. Tavares will get the assist. Loose ball down the corner. Coughlin can't grab onto it. Utica City able to clear it to the side and send it back out. Harris on it. Working forward. Tapping it back for Kerstetter. Pat Healy sending it down for Anang. Trying to get around Santana. Coughlin knocks it back out front with 13 seconds to go. Here's Healy. Give and go action from the corner. Can't get the shot off. Goes down. They will call a foul on the push. And with 8 seconds to go, they might call a timeout here to set this one up to end the half. Tied at 2. Restart will be right at the bottom of the box. Notice right there is Healy went for it. You're saying he got pushed from behind and from the front. So here comes the restart. They'll put Harris out front with Raley and Healy. Anang on the backside. Francis will restart it. Tight 3-man wall that includes Coughlin alongside the post. And the 3 spread out in the box. Harris with a blast. Coughlin with a save. He'll run it back out of midfield. Anang running with him. And then as Coughlin went down to the carpet with 1.3 seconds left, he lands on the ball and grabs it. And the Heat throw out the challenge flag because they want a handball on this. From the keeper outside the box across midfield. And that's what we're going to get probably our first video challenge here. Not sure why Coughlin was trying to get that back out of midfield so fast. I don't know if he thought he had Hugo out of position. There was only a few seconds remaining in the half. Oh, man, put some good speed on going up the middle of the field, but Anang gave him a little pressure. He went down. Let's watch it. He gets right out of the pack. And as he gets right up at the middle here, starts fumbling and stumbling, goes down and then scoops right on the ball. It wasn't that it was just an inadvertent hit of the arm. Almost looked like Andrew was like, hey, I'm in the coil up and pull it all in with me right there. That's where you see everyone's hand going up and everyone demonstrating the handball. 1.3 seconds on the clock. The officials with the video review. And they'll see how they rule this. Let's look at it again as Coughlin comes up the middle. We haven't seen this end zone look. Goes down. There's even kind of a little push here by Anang on Coughlin as he went down. And then as he went down, he grabbed the ball. And they will not give a penalty on this one. So it will be just considered a foul, and the Heat will restart, and that will do it here at halftime. So stick around, coming up at halftime. What's going on around the MASL for you? We'll run down the out-of-town scoreboard, give you the highlights of the first half. So stay tuned with us. Here in Harrisburg, it's Harrisburg Heat 2, Utica City 2. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
With 6 miles, runway 26 right, cleared on.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on-field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Fremont Mortgage Group, with a 5-star rating and over 30 years of helping home buyers and homeowners. Fremont is recognized as one of the top lenders. Refinance, home purchase, commercial loans, SBA loans, and zero money down programs offered. Complimentary home warranty on qualifying purchases, too. For more information, contact them at FremontMortgage.com or 800-955-8508. And available 7 days a week. NMLS number 1846.
Shoot! It's gone!
MASL in 5, back once again. What's going on, folks? I'm Alex Bastiavansky. It is great to see you again. We got lots to get you caught up on from stuff that's gone down over the past few days. And we've got to preview what's coming up this weekend in just 5 minutes. So let's go.
I think it was just a bench warning, Tom. It looked like on Coach Stokic.
Tayo turning, shot the goal! All hail the king. He's got his first as a member of the Wave.
Frank Tayu made his debut with the Milwaukee Wave last weekend, and I'd say he made a pretty good impression, to put it mildly. The league's all-time points leader was unstoppable, racking up 4 goals, plus a helper, as Milwaukee smoked Kansas City 13-3. Now, we wondered what the chemistry between him and Ian Bennett would be like. Frighteningly good, as it turns out. Beautiful assist by Bennett DeFrank right there. They will be a terrifying duo. And it was a milestone day for IB26 as well. The MASL legend had 2 points, taking him over the 500 mark for his career. Congratulations to the Canadian assassin. The Wave snapped KC's 8-game winning streak in the process. Let's check in on the playoff race. St. Louis is suddenly surging. They faced Dallas, a team they're fighting for 8th spot, and absolutely teed off on them, winning 9-2. That marks the biggest margin of victory for St. Louis so far this season. They also faced Utica City, and once again, the ambush was flexing its offensive muscle. It was Star Wars night in St. Louis, and the force was definitely with them.
Everything else is going to change without Frank.
Chili on a take. Chili Willie!
They racked up 9 goals in this contest as well, holding off UCFC 9-8. And the team they are chasing for 8th spot missed a golden opportunity to pad its lead. Tacoma was hosting San Diego and just couldn't quite pull it off, losing to the Sockers 8-5. So they sat in 8th spot, but the ambush entered this weekend with a game in hand, so they've got time to make up that difference. There are lots of great games happening this weekend. 2 huge ones include the top 3 teams in the league. Both involve KC. The Comets traveled to Chihuahua on Friday to face the first place Savage, who they beat 5-2 back on January 25th. 2 days later, they'll be back at home against second place San Diego. They've had 2 great games this season, those squads, with each team winning 1. Okay, your Green Drop Players of the Week: Boris Pardo in goal from San Diego, Omar Silla from Baltimore defensively, and offensively it is, yes, the King, Frank Taillou. Let's start with King Frank making his Milwaukee debut. Couldn't have gone much better. Absolutely dominant. 5 points in that massive win over the KC Comets. Defensively, Omar Silla, what a game he had against Harrisburg. Great on defense and offensively as well. 4 points, 3 goals, 1 assist in the big Baltimore win. And in goal, Boris Pardo doing what Boris Pardo does. Big saves, and he also chipped in with 2 assists in the win over Tacoma. Okay, plays of the week now.
No 6th attacker jersey has been deployed yet onto the...
Oh, from Gamboa! Oh, Noah.
To Reggett far post, shot, goal! It's Danny!
Lovegrove lines up the shot. Chavez now can dribble clear. 2v1 despite the numbers deficit. Here's Chavez into the attacking zone. Chavez goes on, rolls it across. Macias!
Seconds, get back Alvis, fakes the shot. Marujo slips a bit. Dantas!
Checo. Diegas.
Oh, my!
Oh, what a blast from Diegas!
Ruggles from distance plays himself. Wallace Scora. Look at Drew Ruggles go. Christo tries to read it, comes off his line. Ruggles called his own number.
He's a great salesman sometimes.
A performance.
Almeida Dalu! I doff my cap to you, good sir.
Hero now in his 11th season, the only coach in the MASL guard. Ian coming down, shot on goal! Oh, what a combination there from Ricardo to Ian. Wave leads 3-0. Point number 500 in Ian Bennett's career.
And that is going to wrap things up for today's show. But just a reminder that all throughout the MASL season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the league, be sure to check out their official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
Freedmont Mortgage Group, with a 5-star rating and over 30 years of helping home buyers and homeowners. Freedmont is recognized as one of the top lenders. Refinance, home purchase, commercial loans, SBA loans, and zero money down programs offered. Complimentary home warranty on qualifying purchases, too. For more information, contact them at freedmontmortgage.com or 800-955-8508. And available 7 days a week. NMLS number 1846.
Wind 6 miles, runway 26 right, clear on.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What do we do? What are you guys going to yell?
Yes!
Across the nation, MASL players are giving back, utilizing their professional power to touch and inspire people in their local communities nationwide. Free soccer clinics, where kids can meet their heroes and learn new skills. After-school programs and special events. And surprise visits to the classroom. Visiting brave kids in the hospital, bringing joy and hope. Supporting special needs care, partnering with local businesses, and so much more. MASL, passion on the field, purpose off the field, committed to community.
right, two different quarters here in the first half. All Heat in the first and Utica City in the second. Yeah, 2-2 game. We'll start in the first. Brett Kerstetter midway through the first. Great hustle, stay with the ball, got it all the way down in traffic, past Coughlin, able to score. And then Dominic Francis here on a restart. Watch his blast. Yeah, you're not going to stop that, his 17th of the season. Now we go into the second quarter, and Hugo with a bad giveaway at midfield, and Amati was able to capitalize on it with his 5th of the season. And D'Andrade right here with a great opportunity coming up as he rips this one from outside the yellow. Tavares got the assist on that, 17th of the season for Milton D'Andrade. Scorch is a little perplexed right now too, taking a load off, watching. 2-2 our score. Shots in the first half. 17 for Utica City, 11 for the Harrisburg Heat. Fans, don't forget you can bring your employees, your clients, teams out here for an upcoming Harrisburg Heat home game. Just get a hold of Aubrey or Kevin. It's Kevin at harrisburgheat.com if you want to email. Discounted tickets, special events for your group, your employees, your clients. While you're here, don't forget to stop by the merchandise stand. They've got authentic Heat gear, jerseys, Christian Pulisic hat, beanies, autographed balls, gift baskets, much more. At the top of the stairs here by Section K. Comprehensive Financial Associates is the official financial planner of the Heat. Both former and current players or clients or contact CFA for your financials. And welcome to Wawa. They're getting bigger and all over the place here in Central PA. They are now a sponsor of the Heat as well. Wawa here in Pennsylvania. Check out Wawa in Central PA. Wawa near you. Fuel up on gas, great food, and convenient locations at Wawa. And get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcast, MASL shows, highlights, and much more. Out of town scoreboard, a final today. St. Louis over Milwaukee, 13-6. Makes it tougher for the Heat trying to move up in the standings. It gives the St. Louis Ambush 21 points, makes them 7-11-1 on the season. Milwaukee, with the loss, stays at just 33 points. They're tied with Empire and Baltimore. They're now 11-6-2. The other game, third quarter, San Diego leading Kansas City 3-1. San Diego currently holding the number 2 spot in the MASL. We start this second half. The Heat going from right to left. Utica City left to right here on MASL TV. Utica City in the white. Charging down that left side. They'll play it over to the right side. And Francis able to poke it away from Stevens. Kick in coming up for the Heat. Heat with a fantastic game last night against the Baltimore Blast. The Heat have yet to defeat Utica City this season in their first 5 meetings. We'll see if they can finally do it here tonight. Stevens with it. Cole Stevens out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, walks it up near midfield. They'll tap it down toward the corner, trying to get it to Amati. And Hugo will come up with it. Ball played near side. Panton Little collision there with De Andrade. Gets the shot down wide. Follow up. Favela comes right back out front. Kerstetter's kick. He gets snuffed on it by Amati. Oh, that's so dangerous. That hurts when two people collide on that ball at the same time. And Kerstetter's jogging off the field a little gimpy. On the near side, Tavernisi. He'll play it all the way back to Hugo. Hugo's going to dump it down for Anthony Wright. Still loose in the middle, and Coughlin able to kick it back out nicely. Good hustle by the Heat. Maldini getting it back. Hugo will get it back out to Maldini. On Calvis, and he'll send up the far side to Anthony Wright. Wright playing it forward, and a shot just wide right by Maldini. Sent back again by Rayleigh. Over to Anthony Wright, double teamed along the boards. Rayleigh will blast one up and out of play. So it'll be a goal kick for Utica City. MASLsoccer.com, your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, and highlights and more at MASLsoccer.com. Restart coming up for Utica City. The Heat pushing up. Trying to put a little pressure up front. Woods looking to get it out. Get some help on the far side by Tavares. He'll send one down on Hugo, who grabs on. Shalir was just off the mark. Shalir out of Havana, Cuba. Running it down right now. He'll play it out to the middle. Ronaldinho over to the left side. Comes out to Woods. Woods at the point. Ronaldinho scooped up. Pat Healy sending it up the far boards. Couple bodies collide. Far side, one of those, Pat Healy, the coach and player for the Heat. He goes hobbling off the field. The reason he's playing is because they've got a lot of players hobbling around right now for Harrisburg. And he's hurt. Hugo with it. Sending it down for Anang. All the way out to Santos. And now Rayleigh. A lot of ex-Baltimore players on this Heat team right now. Harris, Rayleigh, Dos Santos. A couple others out there. Once again, it's Shalir, the Cuban, leaving it. Orozco on it. Has to go back for it. Orozco sends up the field. That's a 3-line violation. No, he was outside the yellow. Thought it was a 3. He was just outside the yellow. Panton. Back for Hugo. He'll send it up the middle. Intercepted by Utica City. Intercepted back by Panton. He'll leave it for Rayleigh, and now Dos Santos takes over. Sent down along the near boards, Mike Da Silva. Backpedaling. Now Rayleigh over on the far side. Dos Santos trying to get it to Mike Da Silva. He's double teamed along the far boards. Trying to get some help over there by Maldini. Now Dos Santos hops in, steals it. He'll guard it along the boards. Gets it to Maldini, his shot. Blocked by Coughlin, loose out front. Good hustle from Dos Santos from the far side of the near side. Now we'll get the foul on the Heat as Genrick was knocked down. So the restart coming up here for Nelson Santana, dumping it all the way down into the corner. Penal leaving it out the left point for Amati. He'll move it into the corner, shot wide. And Nang has it poked away by Santana. Healy out there guarding the ball, allowing it to go along the boards, and Healy gets knocked hard into the boards by Penal and into Hugo. And looks over at him and says, come on, man, what the heck? Sergio Penal from San Jose, California. Here's Ozzie Anang over on the right side for the Harrisburg Heat. Far boards Tavares. Cleared up the middle. Push there by Healy, but they let things play on. Penal brings it up and has it poked away by Tavernisi. In the meantime, some contact there causing an injury for the Heat. Harris that got knocked down over there? I think it may have been. Well, fans, we'll take a look at what happens here. Yeah, that is Harris. So right there's a brief collision. Penal brings it up. He steps inside and just a weird turn that Harris went down on. Nothing really Penal did there. As Tavernisi came back and broke it up. Some good foot skills, and he just kind of twisted in a little bit on both the feet of both players, and Malcolm Harris being tended to. The Harrisburg Heat will have their next youth clinic on March 22nd. You can train with the pros. Go to harrisburgheat.com and sign up. March 27th, Harrisburg Heat Camp. And that does not look good for Malcolm Harris. Either ankle or knee, the way he got twisted up. That is not good. And the injuries continue to pile up on this Harrisburg Heat team. Harrisburg Heat will be home at the end of the month. A few games. In fact, Chihuahua will be in town for a couple back-to-back, so make sure you get your tickets at harrisburgheat.com. And we hope to see you here for the final remaining home games at the end of the month for the Harrisburg Heat. We're tied at 2. 9:13 to play in the third. Utica City, right now they're still in a good place with the playoffs looming at the end of the month. Next game for Utica City will be next Sunday, March the 16th. They'll be hosting this Harrisburg Heat team. The night before, they'll be in Baltimore, but Utica City at home next Sunday. Get your tickets. That's a 3:05 start time there at Adirondack Bank Center for you Utica fans. Ball sent down and shot just wide left. Ronaldinho. Another one saved by Hugo. Follow-up gets deflected just wide. And Ronaldinho is all over the place down there. On the right side, to Andrade. Tavares. Santana at midfield. Ball sent into the Heat zone. Dos Santos sends it back out. A Utica City team that has had the Heat's number this season. Even when Coughlin was out, using a couple different keepers out there. Kick in coming up for Harrisburg. Trying to get an updated score on that San Diego game. Last we had was 3-1 San Diego leading Kansas City. He's sending it down into the corner, trying to get a free. And Utica City able to clear it back out. 3-1 San Diego leading Kansas City. Ball sent down the right side, shot on Hugo again. As Shalier is battling. Heat able to get free. Favilla and Coughlin, but Coughlin gets there first, kicks it out of play. Outside the yellow, we'll get a free kick coming up for the Harrisburg Heat, the top of the arc. We're midway through the third, and we'll step out. Tied at 2, Harrisburg and Utica City. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
Register your son or daughter for a Heat clinic run by Heat players pregame, and it includes a game ticket. To find out how, go to harrisburgheat.com. Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
Well, the Harrisburg Heat are home at the end of the month. Thursday, March 27th, the Baltimore Blast coming to visit. And Saturday, March 29th, Chihuahua. And Sunday, March 30th, Chihuahua again for a 5:05. The Heat, for the most part, need to win out to have a chance to make the top 8 for the playoffs. They've got to win here today. They've got to win in Utica City. Here's Francis popping one up and out of play. In fact, they have 2 games at Utica City. Sunday, March 16th, next weekend, and then Friday, March 21st. That's Baltimore, and then the top team in the MASL to finish the season. Oh, that's a tough one. Chihuahua back-to-back. The odds are against them, but they're still battling. They haven't given up. Here's the Heat. Mike Da Silva moves to his right, pulls the trigger, save, Coughlin. Ball sent around the glass, comes over to the left side. Coughlin able to grab on. Out of midfield, steal by Healy. He'll tap it to the right side. Panton. I don't know if he was looking to pass it or shanked it. Healy gets it again, moves in. Da Silva looks for the far side. It got deflected and cleared back out. He putting the pressure on, but look out, Utica City's got a breakaway on that left side. Amati, and they've got to go down the middle by Woods. The Heat got caught up front. Couldn't get back. And Utica City has taken the lead. Time of the goal, 8 minutes and 6 seconds. Some great opportunities down there around the box. Give some credit there to Pinal. He got it played over to his left to Amati, and then Amati got it to Woods, who finished it off. Keaton Wood, 6th of the season. Motti the assist, and it's a 3-2 game in favor of Utica City. Dos Santos, he got tripped up in front of the Utica City bench. Restart coming up for the Heat. Everton Morera, done a great job at coaching this Utica City team. He's a great player in his playing days as well. Hugo sending it down. Coughlin going for a head ball to knock it to the side, but missed. But the Heat unable to connect on it. Raley at the left point sends it back out to Santos. They'll leave it for Raley. Maldini near side. Raley. Ozzie Anang trying to get free and does left side. He shoots and scores. Ozzie Anang ties this game at 3. 8:59, time of the goal for Ozzie. Great job, he got the Malachi crunch out near the yellow line. Nice spin through the traffic and able to finish off at the top left side of the box. They'll give the assist to Wright. And Anang's 4th goal of the season ties it up at 3. Heat come over the ball again. Noe Favilla in traffic. Ball knocks over to Kerstetter, dumps it down for Tavernisi. Tavernisi left wing, back out of midfield to Kerstetter. They'll send it down for Tavernisi. Gets free on the wing shot. Blocked by Coughlin, and he kicks it out using the glass. So a kick in coming up. There's Joey Tavernisi. He's got 17 goals coming into this game on the season. Restart here for Healy on the right side. He'll send one down wide. Francis comes over the left side. His shot just wide. Cleared back out of midfield. Avila will send it all the way back to Hugo. He'll run it down. Hugo chips it right back up the middle. Healy on it. Leaves it for Favilla near side. He'll send one down in front. Loose. Goal! Mike Da Silva tickles a twine. And the Heat are back in front 4-3. Time of the goal, 9 minutes, 51 seconds. Mike Da Silva able to finish this one off. Great job there by Favilla, sending it down in front. Coughlin was down trying to get to it. Da Silva kind of broke things up initially. And Mike Da Silva with his 11th goal of the season. And the Heat are back in front 4-3 with 5:09 to go in the third, and a timeout called for by Utica City. In the back of the bench, see one of the assistant coaches there in the black sweatsuit. That's Jason Palkovic. He's a local guy. He grew up in Palmyra, but has since lived in Utica City. He's one of the assistant coaches on their M2 team. I had a nice little conversation with him before the game, talking about his days living in Lebanon County, living in this area. Harrisburg Heat right now back in front. Great 2-goal blitz to retake the lead by Ozzie Anang and Mike Da Silva. They needed that. Kerstetter, he's the one who got things started in this game midway through the first with his second goal of the season. And the Heat, who have had problems this season late in games at squandering leads, blew this one, but then now battled back, and they've got the lead again. So you're seeing that change in attitude and confidence for this Heat team, even though it's late in the season, getting the right personnel out there. But of course, the other problem has been the injuries and missing some personnel. Could this be the first victory against Utica City this season? A lot of game left, that's for sure. There's Panton with it at midfield. Stolen away by Woods. He'll get it up the middle. Amati over to the left side. Shot saved by Hugo. Kerstetter trying to clear it. Hugo will pick it up. And all had a nice blast there on that left side. Hugo will toss it all the way down for Ozzie, trying to move in to the left corner. He'll play it out front. Panton's shot is saved by Stevens, who got the foot in front. Otherwise, that one was surely going to be a goal. Cole Stevens comes up with a big block there for Utica City. Heat lead it 4-3 here in the third. Motti dumping it all the way down, trying to get it to Chalier. Chalier running it around. He'll leave it on the far side of midfield. Oliva. Amati. Dos Santos for the Heat sends it back out. Should have been a handball there. They missed that. Kerstetter comes up with it. Amati just grazed it a little bit with the hand, but enough to blow the whistle. Hugo will send it up the field, and it's intercepted again by Utica City, and they'll send it out of play off the foot of Cole Stevens. Or was that Tavares? I think it was. Tavares wearing two different outfits, technically. Surprised they didn't have something to do with that, because he's got 18 on the pants and 8 on his jersey. And of course, 18 is actually the number for Cole Stevens. On the near side, Heat battling, and they'll get the foul whistled against them, against the newcomer Maldini. Here's Santana to restart things with 3 minutes to go in the third. Ball played near side. Nelson Santana. Dumped all the way down to the corner. Chalier sending it back out. Mike De Silva leaving it for Francis. He'll work it to the far boards. One back there by Utica City. Now Favilla, left side volley, right on Coughlin hole. Up the middle goes Orozco. Chalier. Chalier getting free, now leaving it. Orozco, saved by Hugo on the far side. He trying to clear it back out. Ozzie and Ang will run it. He'll get it from Francis, and then Ozzie gets tripped up in midfield. Where's that blue? There it is. Blue card pulled. Ozzie and Ang tripped up. Watch him with a nice little break out there in midfield. Nice heel kick pass by the Harrisburg Heat. 2 minutes tripping is the penalty on Orozco. And the Heat will get a power play coming up here. The Heat are 4 of 17. Not that great on the power play this season. That's only 24%. Utica has done a great job at penalty killing. They are 14 of 18. They've only allowed 4 power play goals. It's a 78% killing ratio, but here's the thing, no power play. They're going to rule that that was going to be a breakout for Ozzie and Nang. Everton Morera throws the red challenge flag that it's going to be a shootout for the Heat. And we'll see. So we've got to see who was in front of Ozzie, which I don't believe anyone was except for Coughlin. And in those situations, that is a shootout. If there were others back in front of him, then they'll just give a 2-minute power play. So let's watch here. I see 4 white jerseys of Utica City there. Ozzie breaks out. And yeah, he blows past everyone pretty much. No doubt about it. He was going down because he even passed Oliva, who was the only one back at that point. And when he got tripped, was past everyone. We'll watch it one more time here. We'll slow it down for you. And here's the pass, and right there, he got tripped up from behind. And look, no one in front except the keeper. So yeah, this should be a shootout. What a great heel kick by Dominic Francis. Oliva was just dumbfounded when it passed him. And right there, just a little clip of the right ankle on Ozzie Anang, and he went down. Just want to see that a little bit more. And where he clipped him right there, I don't know if the foot hit the knee or that right there the foot hit. Looked like it bounced into Ricardo Orozco, and that's what threw off the balance. But I think it's still a good call by the officials here. I think you've got to give this the blue card shootout. Orozco's in the penalty box, and the officials say, yes, we're giving you a shootout, and that's what the Heat are going to get. So we'll get the shootout for the Harrisburg Heat. Good challenge by Everton Morera. I think you got to look at that and just make sure to stop a potential goal. Dominic Francis will come on to take the shootout opportunity. He'll go one-on-one with Andrew Coughlin. He'll push it forward. He'll pull the trigger, bullseye. Coughlin got a piece of it, but not enough. Dominic Francis, second goal of the game, and the Heat back up by 2. Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 56 seconds. A shootout goal for Dominic Francis, his 18th of the season, and it's now 5-3. So smooth for the England native. All right, the Heat giving themselves just a little bit of a cushion right now. 5-3. Let's see if they can keep it up. Coughlin's going to fire this one up the middle. Sent back out by Healy. Still loose over on the left side. Poked wide and a goal immediately by Sergio Pinal out front. Utica City, that's how quickly they can respond. Time of the goal, 13-16. Watch this. Just blasted off the glass by Ronaldinho. And Pinal was right there in the middle to finish it off. That's his first of the game, his 15th of the season. 5-4 is our score. Heat still in front. Dos Santos sending it down for Anang. Ozzie battling along the boards, trying to maintain possession. Dos Santos Near side, Kerstetter chips it high in the air down for Tavernese. He heads it into the corner. Utica City back on it there. Spin move. Oliva trying to get it out. A lot of pressure by Tavernese. Oliva does. He'll clear it off to the midfield near side. Push along the side there by Genrich. And Utica City has it. Back near their own yellow, Stevens. Make that Tavares. Tavares will send it over to the far side, Santana. On to the near side, Amati. He'll move in right side. Shot, score! Upper right corner. He turned on the Rockets just inside that yellow against Kerstetter and found the upper right corner. And just as quick as I mentioned how quickly this thing can change, it does. Time of the goal, 14:32. What a blast. Second of the game for Amati. His 6th of the season. Shot Amati out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Makes it a 5-5 game here late in the third quarter. Ball comes out in the midfield. A few seconds to play here in the quarter. Sent down on Hugo, and that'll do it. We pretty much have a whole new game coming up in the fourth quarter. We're tied at 5. Utica City and Harrisburg. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
Fremont Mortgage Group, with a 5-star rating and over 30 years of helping home buyers and homeowners. Fremont is recognized as one of the top lenders. Refinance, home purchase, commercial loans, SBA loans, and zero money down programs offered. Complimentary home warranty on qualifying purchases too. For more information, contact them at fremontmortgage.com or 800-955-8508. And available 7 days a week. NMLS number 1846.
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
Register your son or daughter for a Heat clinic run by Heat players pregame, and it includes a game ticket. To find out how, go to harrisburgheat.com.
Scorch out there playing a little musical chairs here at the end of the quarter. And what an end of the third quarter. The Heat were leading 5-3, and just like that, Utica City gets goals from Pennell and Amati to tie this game at 5. Utica City has outshot Harrisburg 26-22 as we head to this fourth quarter. Fans catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV, on YouTube, and CBS Sports Galazo Network. Alex Bastavansky and Phil Levanko joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. make sure you check out Under Review. If you disagree with a call, or maybe there was a controversial call you saw last night or tonight, there's certainly been a few. You might see it reviewed on MASL's most controversial show, Under Review, with Phil Levanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. They'll look at the play, they'll play it back, they'll analyze it for you, tell you what the rule is, and educate you a little bit on it as well. It's on Fridays on YouTube. And get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. All right, we head to the fourth quarter. Utica City's going from our right to left. The Heat from our left to right. Almost a giveaway there for Utica City. Let's see. The Heat have any gas left in the tank? They played last night. Utica City got to rest. Raley sending it down. Favilla back over for Raley, but intercepted by De Andrade. Loose ball out front. Getting a little dangerous, Utica City. And the Heat trying to get the foot on it with De Silva. They'll blast one up and out of play. Five-hour score. Mike De Silva, he had a goal in third for the Harrisburg Heat. Coughlin sending it up the middle. Stolen away. Panton, right side. Noe Favilla, but he knocked it to the middle and it's cleared back out. Still loose again. Panton trying to run it down on the far side. Well, pushing and grabbing going on there between he and Shalier. Santana. Up for Shalier. He gets grabbed onto again by Favilla. Those two are just playing a little handsies here in the last minute or so. Restart coming up for Utica City. Again, Utica City. There's a shot down the slot and a nice save by Hugo on Shalier. Third back out. Utica City will host this Heat team next week and the following week. Get your tickets. You folks up in the Utica area. Hugo sends it up the middle. It's brought back the other way. De Andrade down, and Hugo has to, again, get back. Make another save. Don't know where some of these shots are coming from. We've got a couple deep shots in this game. This one lifted up and out of play. John Wills back with you in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Glad to have you along. He's right there. Hugo scrambled to get back on De Andrade. Hugo chipping one out of midfield. Onto the right side, Tavares. Poked away, Dos Santos. Trying to guard it along the boards. He trying to get to it. Now Tavernisi, now Francis, Tavernisi. Now the Heat will clear it back out. Dos Santos up for Francis, but just went off his heel. He was going to run with it. Raley trying to clear it. He got yanked from behind by Woods. Free kick for the Heat. Restart coming up from midfield. Francis was trying to get things restarted, but it wasn't properly placed, so Healy will do it. Getting it to Francis. Far side, Kerstetter. Knocked the other way. Here comes Orozco. Jenrick. Good steal by Kerstetter. Hugo get it back to Kerstetter, but he sent it out to the point, and a shot down the slot block, still loose far side. Top of the box, Utica City with it, in front, goal. The Heat just got scattered, unable to clear it out properly. And Oliva down there putting the pressure on with Orozco. Right here in Utica City had a couple guys right out front to do something with it, but Oliva just sitting down that left side. Healy was down there with Kerstetter, and they were both trying to clear it out and couldn't. Time of the goal, 2 minutes and 58 seconds of the fourth. Juan Oliva. His third of the season. Now the Heat find themselves down by 1. 6-5, Utica City brings it again the other way. Along the near side, Silva. Back for Santana. On the far boards. Heat come up with it. Play continues. Rayleigh. Favilla. All the way back to his own end. Hugo has to recover it. Hugo sends out the middle. Favilla up the far boards. Dos Santos. He gets knocked down from behind. It's a foul. Utica complaining of a dive. Restart for the Heat. We'll see here. Heat will restart things, and down near the top of the box, Tavernisi gets knocked down. Harrisburg wanted to restart quickly. Tavernisi is down. Now he'll hobble off the field. So the restart coming up near the top of the box. And then we get a little activity there with Healy walking off to the far side and Coughlin right there on him. So some extracurricular activity and theatrics going on here, as it should be a restart for the Heat. Let's watch this here. You can see Healy over on the far side with Coughlin. Coughlin just laughs at him, saying, come on, I ain't push you down. Restart will be delayed because now the assistant refs want to talk about things with your referee crew. Chance here for the Heat to get back in this one and tie it back up. 6-5 is our score. The official will go over to the benches, yell something, and then just jog away. No idea what that was about. The Heat will restart things with Healy, Francis, Rayleigh, Panton, and De Silva. Utica crowding in front. Shot blocked. Comes out of midfield. Hugo on it there. And he chips it down and out of play. So it'll be a goal kick for Utica City. They have battled back from a 2-0 deficit. They've battled back from a 5-3 deficit. They now lead at 6-5. They have won all 5 meetings this season. Santana. Near side Woods. Down along the near side. Panal knocks it off the boards. Knocked back out to Healy. Waiting for some help. Sent the other way. Now Wright comes up with it. Far side, Panton running with it, but it goes into the Utica bench. Kick in for Utica City. They'll restart things. Here's Coughlin chipping it to the far side. Dos Santos comes up with it, keeps it away, sends it out. Villa trying to get to it, called for the pushing fouls. He knocks down Cole Stevens. We'll get an encroachment warning or a delay warning on that far side. Woods on it. Dos Santos getting it back from an angle. Sends it to the middle, but Utica City again intercepts. Santos steps up, maintains possession, plays it over to the left side. It's got the newcomer Maldini down in the left corner, but stolen away from him. Dos Santos, center point. Here's right side, Favilla, shot saved by Coughlin. Back the other way comes Amati. He'll quickly move down the left side against Kerstetter. Shot, save, loose in front, goal for Utica City. I think they're going to give this to Shea Lear, who was down there on the opposite side, and able to kind of push it in with the body after the shot of Amati. Amati here, Hugo got a piece of it. Yep. Time of the goal, 5:45. Shea Lear. Barbara Shea Lear gets his 4th goal of the season. Amati, another assist. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists in this game. 7-5 now in favor of Utica City. This one's starting to slip away from the Harrisburg Heat. 9:01 to play. For Utica City, it's important for them, trying to keep climbing up in the standings, heading to playoff time. For the Heat, just trying to finish this season strong. Saved by Hugo. The Heat would need to win out. Hope for a lot of losses from other teams to have a chance to get into the playoffs. Far side, here's Dominic Francis. Stolen back though by Utica City. Andrew Coughlin comes up with it. He'll send it down the far side. Adriano Dos Santos able to win it, stays with it. Ball goes up the far side for Anthony Wright, but too far for him. Coughlin sends it out to Ronaldinho. Down along the near side. Penal around the boards. Good job by Kerstetter there tying up Stevens. He was trying to get open in the middle and finish that one off. Ball comes back to the keeper and he'll send it back over to the far side. On the near boards, Amati against Favilla. Amati moves in left side, sends it along the boards. Hugo grabs on. Hugo takes his time. He wants a timeout. It's midway through the 4th anyhow. Stop out 7-5. Utica City leading Harrisburg. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls, indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
With the call from the 6th grade riddle.
Now Utica City has scored 4 unanswered goals after the Heat took a 5-3 lead. It's now 7-5, Utica City. Hugo to restart things. Hugo, a little give and go out to midfield. Kerstetter down the far boards. Getting it down into the corner to Silva. Can't control, it's cleared back out. Kerstetter will knock it back to Favilla. Noe is going to send it all the way back to Hugo, and then Hugo tapping it gently up the middle. Healy sending it down the near side. Mike to Silva. Sends it back to the middle and a little behind Healy, who has to give it off to Favilla. Comes Maldini. His shot just wide. He's got a vicious shot, and the head ball there gets pulled down by Andrew Kaufman. All cleared back out of midfield again. Oliva down the near side. Puts one up and out of play. It'll be a goal kick for the Harrisburg Heat. The Heat home at the end of the month with 3 games. Baltimore on a Thursday, Chihuahua on a Saturday and Sunday. And the Heat are in Utica City the next couple weeks. Here's Dominic Francis. Down for Ozzie and Ang. Santana comes over, chips it high in the air. Raley sending it back for Hugo. Near side Raley. Anthony Wright. He'll race it down the right side, trying to get it to Anang, but it's intercepted by Santana. Raley comes up with it again. Now pushing with Santana and De Silva. Those two are battling for it over on the far side, and make that Anang. Anang will send it back out of midfield to Francis. Hugo's going to come all the way up to the yellow. The Heat are down by 2, need some offense. I don't see anyone getting the 6 attacker jersey ready. Lately, they've just been moving Hugo forward. Tavernisi down the corner. Ball knocks around for Raley. Coughlin comes over, trying to poke it free. And Favilla gets knocked down and no foul whistle. Hugo scrambles to get back, and the ball kicked over the crossbar out of play. And Favilla just took a large push over. 5:05 to go. Heat down by 2. It's been a solid comeback for this Utica City team who's had the Heat's number all year. Out of midfield, De Andrade. They'll play it over to the right side. Shot wide right. We saw Malcolm Harris leave this game earlier with a, looked like a pretty significant ankle or knee injury. He'd already banged up so much that Pat Healy's playing in this game. Healy's going to head ball it up the middle. Maldini moves it over to the right side. But it's played back to Coughlin, who clears it out. Dos Santos sends it up the middle, then trying to get back on it again. Stays with it. Now Maldini on it. Mike De Silva down the corner. He gets knocked into the boards. That's a blue card. And that comes just after Dos Santos was complaining about him getting pushed and shoved. But they just won't they let things keep playing because the Heat had possession there. Right there you can see De Silva going into the boards. Gets just a little bit of a hip check from Silva in the corner, and he'll go to the penalty box. We'll get a power play here for the Heat and a chance to get back in this one. They're down by 2 with 3:53 to play. So a power play opportunity here for the Heat. Heat 4 of 17 on the man advantage this season. Utica's killed 14 of 18. Heat were going to get a power play earlier, but it turned into a shootout for them in this game where they took advantage of that. All right, 5-on-4 here with Francis at the right. Lays it down to the Tavernisi. Loose out front, and it's up and out of play by Jeremy Raley. So the restart coming up. Great opportunity there, but he just unable to capitalize again. Ball goes all the way back to Hugo. He'll settle it and tap it near side to Panton. Up to Mike De Silva. He'll cross it over to Dominic Francis. Back for Pat Healy. Near side Panton. Panton right point. His shot goes off the back of a Utica player out of play. And went off the back of Nilton DeAndrade. Restart coming up. Francis trying to pass. He gets deflected back out. Holding foul on the Heat. We'll get a restart coming up here for Utica City. Utica City complaining of encroachment, but they'll restart it down into the corner. High bounce. Headed high in the air. Possession now maintained by Pinal. Along the near boards, DeAndrade. Panton runs it out of traffic. Little clip of the ankle. Heat having problems. With this man advantage. Pat Healy works it forward. We got 15 on the power play here. Utica City able to clear it out. That'll be a kick in coming up for Utica City. We've got 35 on the power play. Got a bad angle on the scoreboard here. 35 seconds left on the man advantage for the Harrisburg Heat. We're going to get an encroachment. That's going to be on Mike De Silva. You've got to maintain space on a restart. And De Silva will go to the penalty box. And he'll be done for encroachment. for the rest of this game, but it's just a yellow. Just a few seconds remaining on this Harrisburg Heat power play. Ball sent down and out of play. The Heat will get another chance. They've got to take advantage of this power play opportunity. They're down by 2 with 2:25 to go. Here comes Healy, and they're going to bring Hugo up this time. In the corner, Francis has his pocket picked. Santana clears it out. Busted up in midfield. Hugo lofting it forward, but stolen back, and then fanning on it, D'Andrade. Several seconds left. Francis down for Panton. Tried to center it. Santana brings it right back out. Power play is over. Teams are in equal strength. Utica City with it. Ball sent just a little bit too far for Silva. Hugo's going to get it back out from Healy. A lot of pressure on Hugo, but he can't maintain possession on it near side. And then Kerstetter's called for the pushing foul right alongside the boards. Utica City thought maybe a blue on that, but Nilton D'Andrade is not going to get it. 1:25 to play. Heat trail by 2. This one down into the corner. Penal double teamed. Still loose out front. Now Healy on it. Tavernisi crossing it over to Kerstetter along the boards. Ball dump hits the official. Play continues. He's part of the field. Had Healy on it, and then we'll get the foul whistled against Utica City. Free kick coming up for the Heat. And the ball hits the official. You just don't stand there and hold your hands out at him and yell at him. Play continues. Hugo's going to come up close again. 50 seconds to go. Down by 2. Need a couple quickies. Tie this game. Hugo. Noe Favilla. Noe sends it back out for Hugo. Utica doing a nice job at pushing out, keeping the pressure on out front. This time they clear it out from deep. Out of play. Orozco hit it too far. So a goal kick for the Heat with 23 seconds to play. And it looks like Utica City is going to continue its domination of the Harrisburg Heat this season. Here comes the Heat again. Rayleigh getting it down, comes out to Healy. 13 seconds to go, Healy. Favilla. Anang, Favilla. Coughlin down there makes a stop. Utica City able to clear it out. They'll boot it from midfield, but the buzzer will sound before it goes into the net, and it will be a 7-5 final here tonight. Utica City rallies back from 2 down, score the last 4 of this game. We'll come back and run down all the highlights, the out-of-town scoreboard. 7-5, Utica City over the Harrisburg Heat. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on-field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell?
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at HarrisburgHeat.com. Boys and girls indoor and outdoor. HarrisburgHeat.com.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Another rough one for the Harrisburg Heat. Just has not been their season. Fought valiantly, and they had the lead at times in this game, but down the stretch just could not get it done. 7-5 our final. Let's run down the highlights for you, because early on it looked great for the Heat, who played yesterday and now today. Utica City just waiting on them. Started with Brad Kerstetter. Worked it down the field himself there and puts it in, makes it 1-0, then 11:09. Francis with a rip here, makes it 2-0 in favor of the Heat. Then Hugo with a giveaway at 6:31 of the second, and Amati made him pay for it. Amati's fifth made it 2-1. Then at 13:56, Milton De Andrade outside the yellow from Tavares made it 2-2. Moved to the third at 8:06. The lead taken by Utica City. Woods from Amati, able to finish it off with Hugo out of position, makes it 3-2. The Heat tie it right back up at 8:59. Ozzie Anang gets free, finishes, makes it 3-3. The Heat take the lead at 9:51. De Silva from Favilla, and Mike De Silva makes it 4-3. And then we get a shootout. Dominic Francis able to finish this one off at 12:56. It's a 5-3 Heat lead, but that was all she wrote. Here comes Pinal at 13:16 of the third with a blast, makes it 5-4. Shortly thereafter at 14:32, Amati is second of the game, sixth of the season from Woods, makes it 5-5. Move to the fourth, it's all Utica City. Oliva, his third of the season. There from the side, makes it 6-5, and then Shea Lear at 5:45, able to finish things off, makes it 7-5, our final. Shots in this one, 33 for Utica City, 28 for the Heat. The victory in net, Andrew Coughlin. The loss to Hugo. With the victory, Utica City now 10-7-1, 31 points on the season. They remain in 7th place. 8 will go to the playoffs. The Harrisburg Heat stay there in 11th place with a 3-15-1 record and just 10 points on the season. Earlier today, St. Louis over Milwaukee 13-6. Last check, San Diego leading Kansas City 6-2. Well, we are back here on a Thursday night. The Baltimore Blast against the Heat, March 27th. The Heat are actually in Utica City next weekend, so Utica fans, get your tickets for that game. But we're home March 27th. We want to see you out there for that. And, of course, the clinics for the kids. We've got some soccer kids, soccer teams. Get them here to the Harrisburg Heat clinics. Then that weekend, we'll have Chihuahua here for back-to-back Saturday, Sunday games against the Heat. Want to thank our fine crew, Kaylee and Chad and the whole group. Our final score here tonight, Utica City 7, the Harrisburg Heat 5. I'm John Wilsbach. Thanks for watching Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.